Hey guys, Nicolai here. You know that moment when you're in your last game of your promos and you were so close to winning, but you don't, and you have to just sit there in front of your screen and cry? Well, believe it or not, pro players go through the same situations, but instead of losing their silver promos, they are losing championship finals and potential thousands of dollars in prize money. Just a little disclaimer before we begin, I will not be including Faker crying and Diaries crying on the list, just because I think everyone is already well aware of these two moments, but if it wasn't for that fact, they would definitely be on the top of the list. Now with that being said, let's get started with number 5, Crown losing to King Zone. We're going to get through this one rather quickly because I suspect a good portion of you may have seen this already because it only just happened recently. This is Crown, mid laner for the 2017 World Champions Samsung Galaxy, and for those who are not aware, Samsung Galaxy's team and full roster was acquired by KSV in November. So now that you know that information, earlier in March KSV was playing a very important game. If they won this game, they would make the LCK playoffs, and as you can already guess, they didn't win.
On this day, it was King Zone Dragon X. They didn't have the stakes, but look at the effect it is on KSV. Crown knows. The staff around the team of KSV know that may be it on their season. It's a devastating thing to watch. This was supposed to be the year where KSV got over their world championship and were able to actually win on Korean soil. And you can see for Crown how much it means.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the most brutal reactions we've seen.
3 weeks from today, they will go down to Busan and fight against the winner of the gauntlet. They're going to definitely need to be showing their best form if they're going to be able to pick up the title, because it seemed inked before. Now we're less sure, as unfortunately the lingering camera on Crown is uncomfortable for everyone to watch.
Yeah, it really is.
Now hold on, don't be too sad, because like this top comment points out, thanks to some fortunate events in KSV's favor, KSV actually were able to get into the playoffs. But then they lost again, and this time they were really out of the playoffs.
KSV, who are left dumbfounded for a lot of this game, wondering, where's Blank, where's Zach? They never had that final bit of information, and every time they actually engaged, the Zach was there to punish them. So KSV do fall short. The tiers last week, they still made it to playoffs, but sadly, on this day they are the second best. That means they will not be going forward. No tiers, it seems like the expectations a bit different this time for KSV.
Moving on to number 4, Reckless crying. Allow me to give you some backstory on why this was such an emotional moment for Reckless. This took place at the 2017 Worlds quarterfinals. Fnatic had one of the worst starts you could have in a group stage by losing 4 straight matches and being dead last in their group. But somehow they completely turned it around and ended up winning 4 matches in a row to qualify for the quarterfinals. Now this is where this moment takes place. The match consisted of Fnatic and Royal Never Give Up. Both of these teams had great reason to want to advance in the tournament. Especially with Fnatic coming off that huge comeback, it would really hurt to lose after all the effort made to get there. But in the end, Fnatic lost to RNG in Game 4, 3-1, and were eliminated from contention. This could potentially be Reckless's last Worlds he would ever attend, so he was the most heartbroken out of everyone on his team.
Everyone loses except for the champion, so they have to have this moment, and Fnatic getting the applause of the fans on stage.
Absolutely huge credit to the fans here in Guangzhou, cheering on not only RNG but Fnatic as they take to the stage. Reckless struggling to get up, and we heard it, emotional words, emotional stories. He actually said, "This might be my last Worlds."
And it is the Summer Split MVP of the ULCS who missed the finals in the ULCS. Moved on to Worlds though because they won the Gauntlet.
Very tough moment for him here, wanting to win the World Championship so badly, overcome by emotion.
Okay, we actually don't have enough time to show you the whole clip, because from the moment they lost to the moment Reckless eventually got up, he spent exactly 13 minutes and 5 seconds before getting out of his seat. When this was happening, I remember Twitch chat making fun of him for crying, but just think about working so hard to make one final push to win at Worlds for nothing.
Execute on the parts that are necessary for you to get the gold lead that you need to beat them, then that last fight is going to happen time and time again.
Uzi on stage currently being interviewed for the Chinese crowd here. Those are the cheers that you're hearing. Reckless again, still, but again.
Number 3, Samsung versus Samsung. In the 2014 World Championship, both Samsung Blue and Samsung White met each other at the World Semi-Finals. And of course, in a team versus team game, someone always has to win and someone always has to lose. In this event, Samsung White took the victory over Samsung Blue, and when the match was finished, Samsung White came to console their opponents. And honestly, it was kind of cute.
We have our first finals team to come in now. Somebody, Starhorn Royal Club or OMG, will be playing against Samsung White as they now hug with their brother team, sister team I should say, understanding what that means to them in a 3-0 defeat as well. Who would have thought, man?
Yeah, and I just love these pictures right here. Both teams kind of like Deft is obviously completely
They
devastated.
say that they are enemies in game, but brothers outside of it.
Wait. What the f*** is happening here?
And it's just working for them. They've improved so much. Everyone is talking improved so much. Everyone is talking.
Number 2, Forgiven's emotional interview. Forgiven is an LCS veteran. He has been in the professional League of Legends scene since Season 2, but on February of 2016, Forgiven was sent a notice from his home country Greece that he would have to join the military and do his service for at least 9 months. And although being forced to join a military against your will doesn't sound fun on its own, this would also mean leaving his job as a professional League of Legends player for at least a year. So here is Forgiven talking about all of this for the first time.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Forgiven after that game. And first off, I've got to ask you about the game in general. And you were just talking to me a little just before then. You're not feeling super great about that one. So what happened in your perspective?
I mean, I think I have to say it. Today I woke up and I got a letter from the Greek army that I have to go to my army duty in March. So this means that I maybe lose the normal season again and the playoffs and the summer split because it's a 9-month duration. So my mind wasn't in the game. I'm sorry if I speak like that. It's just no problem. It's super hard because it's again the second time that people take it away from me. And in general, like I didn't have the best of the games. I tried my best. We won. My teammates carried so hard, and I tried. I'm sorry. I did a couple of mistakes, but it happens. And tomorrow it may be my last game, let's just for at least a year. So I'm sad, but in the end I'm grateful for what I did. So.
Now, number 1, one of the greatest moments in professional League of Legends history, the XPeke backdoor. On January 19, 2013, Fnatic faced SK Gaming in the Intel Extreme Masters tournament. Fast forward to the end of the game and Fnatic had just lost a big team fight and it was looking like the end for Fnatic. But without anybody noticing, XPeke teleported back into the enemy base and the rest was history.
That means there's going to be a 70-second spawn timer. There's super minions, a massive wave of them going towards the Nexus turret right now. Fnatic have to get back and deal with them. Meanwhile, you can see that SK Gaming are just keeping them delayed. They've got 2 inhibitors down, and they're just going to pile straight up towards those super minions in the base. You can see there's coming in there. Peke is desperately up towards the Nexus. Kevin is going to be able to get up towards him. He's trying to do it, but meanwhile, they're in the base. Yellowstar's trying to defend them in the base. Peke is trying to take the Nexus down. Is anyone going to be able to deal with this one? Catches him with another axe. He's very low on that. They're pushing on the Nexus to his Peke's back again. I do not believe it. Peke's stuck in there. Catching it. Takes down the Nexus. Fnatic are going crazy. That game was amazing.
That was the best thing I have seen in the entire history of League of Legends. The skill that took there from Peke. The nerves, his hands must have been shaking. My God, probably a burst blood vessels trying to do that there at the end. That was insane.
They were on both Nexuses. It was so back and forward. What a crazy game. You've got to take your hats off to these two teams. They really put everything into that match. SK Gaming, of course, coming into this one, they wanted to give everything. Fnatic saying they were only going to give 50%. I think they gave a lot more than that in that game.
if that's 50%, season 3, Fnatic are going to destroy everyone with blindfolds on. That was pretty insane stuff. SK, you can see on their faces there, every single one of them going to be disappointed with that one. They had it in their hands.
But alright guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified when I post my next video. And if you want to see one of my previous videos, click the video to the right. But most of all, just thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Peace.